Hello, 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 it's Dolly. Welcome to my channel, Scrapping on the Go. This process video is for off the board. This is where you take something from your Pinterest account to be inspired to document a memory. You can use a sketch, you can use a layout that you would like to scrap lift, or use a mood inspiration or a picture. I chose this layout, which originally came from Paige Evans' design team member. I don't know what year, but this is the layout that I am going to scrap lift. These are the products that I'm going to use. So I've got some clear gesso. I have my Jane Davenport watercolor. So I'm showing you that. I have a photograph of my granddaughter. It's a school picture. I'm going to use a little bit of gesso and my finger to apply this to the background of this cardstock. It's Daisy White cardstock from Close to My Heart. If you are interested in it, I am a consultant. I will have the link listed below. But most importantly, I will have all the links of the ladies that are participating in today's hop, which is Crystal, our host and founder of Off the Board, Maura, Maggie, Kathy, Miranda, Christy, and JQ, and there may be others that join. They pre-committed, but there may be more, so be sure that you go to the description box below. All right, so I'm using a round paint brush and water, and I use gesso because I want my paint to sit on top of the paper so that I have more control over the depth of my watercolor. Now, you see the variation, that is from the gesso. So that's also another cool feature about using gesso. And if you use your finger or if you use a card, you're going to get different textures that you don't even realize until you start applying your watercolor or your inks, acrylic inks, water-based inks. And I just think that is so cool. It actually works much better with watercolor, but you can still pick up those different textures, or if you missed a spot, it's going to show lighter or darker. So I just love, love, love that. It kind of does the mixed media work for you and gives you different texture and depth to your layout and different interest to your layout. And you can never mimic it. So if you're trying to mimic this, you're not going to be able to as far as that textury design in the background, but I'm sure you'll come up with your own awesome. So I use blue, which is called Butterfly. The pink is Best Friend. The yellow is called Buzz. And the green I made mixing Buzz and the butterfly together. And I just keep bringing back my picture to make sure that I have it thick enough, because I am going to trim down my cardstock and mat it against a diagonal navy blue stripe background. White and navy blue striped background is going to be my mat for this layout. Not the mat for my photograph, but the mat for the background. But before I do that, I'm going to do some stitching. And this, using watercolor paints, it'll dry really quickly. I mean, it'll be dry in 15 minutes, especially if you don't use a whole lot of water. If you're heavy-handed on the water, it may take a little bit longer. And then I just randomly placed, like put little holes in my layout. I'm sorry, ladies, I'm lost for my words. So I just poked little holes, and I wasn't worried if it was perfectly straight, because you know why? It adds more character. And if the less you worry about being perfect, the more interest is to your layout. So for instance, what I'm saying is if you did one line perfect and then the other one's wonky, the one that's perfect is going to look funny. So you just want to randomly do it. Don't worry about if the first hole matches perfectly straight with the second hole. All right, so I don't make you watch through the whole stitching. I was just showing you that's how I did it, and then boom, there's the close-up of my stitching. So you can see some are kind of go to the right, to the left, they kind of swag down or swag up. That is perfect. That's exactly what you want, okay? All right, so now I'm taking this clothing tag. Do you ever save clothing tags? I used to all the time, and then I got away from it, and then I started seeing some real pretty clothing tags. I'm like, ooh, I'm saving them. And this is exactly what I would use them for, because they normally have a coating on them, so they're not really good for writing on, and plus they'll have their little advertisement, but it's perfect to use it as a layering feature and give you some dimension behind a photograph without using foam adhesive. All right, so these paper die cuts are from a collection, the Faith collection. What is that? Not Bella Boulevard. Was it Bella Boulevard? Yes, Faith collection. I don't remember which one because she had several lines out. But anyway, they're older products in my stash. The colors went perfect with these colors that I chose from the Jane Davenport colors. And I picked mine up from Michael's several years ago. They'll last you forever. But there's all kinds of watercolors out there that you can pick up. All right, these are puffy stickers. And I've got the bird at the top. It's so cute. Now I'm going to take the twine through this tag, and I'm shortening it. And as I was doing that, I came up with this really cool looking loose knot. Almost, I know there's a name for it that the Navy people use or fish people. And I'm telling you, I just happened to create it. And I'm like, ooh, this is cool. I need to do this more often. And it reminded me like when I was in Girl Scouts and you have to learn about different ways to make knots. Anyway, my layout is complete. I'm going to bring the layout up close, and then I have the still shots at the end. Get out your products, create some layouts. If you need some inspiration, go to Pinterest and find yourself a layout to scrap lip. Give a thumbs up, keep coming back, and we'll see you next time. Bye.